The practice of removing body parts from popes before burial, particularly in the case of previous papal traditions, is tied to the concept of beatification and canonization. Historically, certain body parts, like the heart or the brain, were sometimes removed and preserved to be displayed or used for these religious purposes. Here are a few reasons why body parts of popes and sometimes other saints might be removed or preserved before burial. 1. Relics for veneration. In Catholic tradition, relics, parts of the body of a saint or holy figure, are considered sacred and are venerated by the faithful. These relics are often displayed in churches and other religious sites for pilgrims to honor. The removal of body parts like the heart, bones, or blood is done with the idea that these remain holy and can continue to inspire devotion even after the Pope's death. 2. Preservation of the body. In some cases, the body parts are removed for preservation. Before the invention of modern embalming techniques, the preservation of certain body parts, like the heart or brain, was seen as a way to honor the deceased pope as his sanctity and to keep parts of his body intact for later veneration. 3. Posthumous canonization. If the pope is being considered for beatification or canonization, being declared a saint, parts of their body may be removed and preserved to be used as relics for the canonization process. For example, the heart of Pope John Paul II was preserved and placed in a shrine after his death, symbolizing his deep love and commitment to the church. 4. Historical practices. In earlier centuries, this practice was more common, especially in the Catholic Church, which had a strong tradition of venerating the bodies of popes and saints. The idea was that certain body parts could retain a connection to the person as spiritual power or sanctity after death. This was especially true for popes who were revered as not only spiritual leaders, but also as potential saints. 5. Medical reasons. In rare cases, medical examination might have led to the removal of certain organs or body parts for study. Although this is more of a modern practice rather than a religious one, the Vatican, however, has been very cautious about how they handle the remains of popes and tends to keep such procedures in line with religious customs. One of the most famous examples in modern times is Pope John Paul II, whose heart was removed for preservation and was eventually placed in a shrine in Poland. It is important to note that these practices are deeply rooted in religious and cultural traditions and have evolved over time. Modern popes are often treated with much more reverence and care in terms of handling their remains.